General Donovan was the prime mover in the creation of the United States' first central, full-service intelligence service. He left a legacy of strategic thinking and innovation, both in Washington and the foreign field, that was to influence the American government for decades to come. Donovan shared President Franklin Roosevelt's desire to do everything possible to resist Nazism and the threat it posed to America and her allies. Donovan argued that the best way to do this was to create an agency to coordinate intelligence operations and analysis. In 1941, President Roosevelt asked Donovan to serve as the first coordinator of information, whose office morphed into the OSS in 1942. At first, OSS faced many obstacles from other parts of the government, and Donovan had to work long and hard to gain the freedom to operate successfully. Along the way, he created both analytic and operational functions. OSS enthusiastically launched espionage, paramilitary, and influence operations. In November 1942, OSS made its mark in support of Operation Torch, invasion of North Africa. OSS acquired, analyzed, and disseminated important information that helped the operation to succeed. OSS went on to numerous other successes in support of the Allied operations on the mainland of Europe from 1943 to 1945, all of which generally vindicated Donovan's vision for the organization. In a speech he presented near the end of World War II, Donovan expressed his hopes for post-war America as a world superpower.
I say the national policy of the United States in the post-war world will be shaped by our knowledge or ignorance of our fellow nations. America cannot afford to resume its pre-war indifference. And here's a fact we must face. Today, there is not a single permanent agency to take over in peacetime certain of the functions which OSS has performed in wartime. The greatest nation in the world cannot rely upon physical strength alone.
Wild Bill Donovan introduced the ideas of strategic intelligence, espionage, and unconventional warfare to the men who would become America's post-war leaders. 2 years after the OSS was disbanded at the start of President Truman's administration, the CIA was formed to carry on the work the original spy master had inspired.